Your Honor, may I approach?
Sure.
Hi. My name is Ashley Jones. I am the new first sheriff of Family Violence.
Oh, welcome.
So I just wanted to introduce myself.
Okay. All right, welcome.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Have a good one.
Yes, ma'am.
Today will be a great day.
Yes, it will. Marco, right?
Yes, ma'am. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Met you, yes. So, and Neil Ramos.
We're just studying.
The regular office was already. Gotcha. All right, well, now I know your names for today. Give them this one.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Oh, thank you.
To a different playing field.
Yes. So just so everyone knows, if I don't speak to Jason anymore, there's a football reason behind that. We will see what happens.
We'll talk next month. We'll talk in a week.
Yeah, we'll talk in a week. Somebody's gonna be very sad come Monday,
Oh,
but there will be radio silence.
oh, it will be radio silent.
And do you know, it was so funny, the commentators had nerve enough to say, they said, you know, I don't think anyone can say that LSU is better than Texas or, you know, they were naming Georgia.
Yeah.
And they said, but I guess if you win, you win. I'm like, yeah, that's why we play. Because, you know, if you win, you go up in ranking.
Well, not necessarily.
Oh, I'm sorry.
After
Sometimes.
I was like, what? I went to watch the game all the time.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh. And I'd like who was it? I don't know if he was an old Georgia player or he was a SEC player.
Mhm.
And he goes, well, this is welcome to the SEC.
It is.
They haven't played a team. That's a real powerful SEC.
You know what? Cornelius and I were talking and we said, people come from different places, don't understand. You have to play every weekend. You can't take a day off.
I mean, and they just got really lucky and they came in because they have Johnny football,
Yeah.
but then they also had a defense that was decent enough and it was just sort of the lighter of the stars. But Texas is coming in and they're number one in the nation, you know, and then that they're playing Vanderbilt this coming weekend. So that,
Oh, we're gonna see what Vanderbilt has to say.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Alabama is a former shell of what they used to be,
Oh, yeah.
but they're still Alabama players there.
Yeah.
So,
It's
and
gonna
then,
be interesting. But tell Texas, there is no beer bottle throwing in the SEC. We don't do that.
I was not hugely surprised, but I was just like, wow.
It's not do that.
I was not.
And you know what? The call that the referees made was wrong.
Uh-huh.
However, coming back and undoing that call was wrong
Oh, I thought.
because you were not supposed to. But guess what?
I mean, because like Philly Smart said, he goes, look, I can't say what they were doing. You know, I can't comment on that, obviously, but I can comment on the fact that, well, if you throw bottles on the field, you get the car reversed.
Yeah.
And that's what it happened. You know.
So I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
it's interesting. Hello.
Morning, Judge.
Hi.
Our new second chair.
I'm the new Daniel, so.
Oh, where is Daniel?
Oh, you didn't know?
No, I did not.
No, because Judge, you weren't here last week. Daniel left us.
Daniel got transferred to the Civil Rights Division. And
Hey,
Tony,
but welcome, Tony.
Thank you, Judge. Appreciate it.
Tony's from the 144th, but I
Yeah.
think he probably, you know, he used to be in family violence years
Yes.
ago, so. But he's come over here now. I mean, all the moves happened last Monday,
Mhm.
and I mean, it's the quickest I've ever seen it implemented. Like, it's like cut ties and you're gone.
It's
So
quick the way Texas lost, you know, the college. I mean, that was quick and the moves were quick.
quick.
Yeah.
So-
Well, welcome.
Thank you, Judge. Appreciate it.
So you're up for trial today. It's a murder case. I hope you're ready.
We're good.
All right, everyone, I'm going to call the docket. When I call the docket, you need to let me know you're here. Please stand when your name is called. In custody, we have Nathan Martinez, Richard Casanova, Neon Gary, Small, Garcia, Rodriguez, Orozco, Rodriguez, James Ross. You know, that's like from Dallas, JR. Ochoa, custody, Mejia, Joseph Mejia. Hubbard, custody, Philip Harris.
Your Honor, he's in Georgia and you allowed him to appear by Zoom.
And let me give you the Zoom link. I had to change it.
Okay, let me write it down.
Here you go. I've written it down for you.
Oh, thank you, Judge. May I approach? Get that?
Yes. Joshua Johnson. Joshua Johnson. Roland Sanchez, custody. John Hayes, custody. Jose Gonzalez. Martinez, custody. Brenda Carpenter. Michael Rodriguez, custody. Jason Gonzalez. Lindsay Hernandez.
He's my client, Your Honor. I believe she may be running a tad bit late. She is a homeless individual.
Thank you. Jacob Leal. Leslie Cox. Robert Jones, custody. Jay Warris. Marissa Magnana. Nathan Martinez, Alexander in custody. Melanie Barron. Rudy Gonzalez, custody. Justin Coward, custody. Orlando Medellin.
I believe he's in custody, Judge.
All right, thank you. Is there anyone who's present and your name was not called? What's your name? Johnny Trevino. Do you have a case number or SID number?
(2024) PR 5448.
All right, thank you.
Sorry, an interpreter, but Patrick.
Yes, he's in custody. They'll bring him out.
Here?
Yes. Yes. Ah. All right.
We'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Excuse me, Mr. Trevino. Who's your attorney?
Alberto Sonata.
Okay. All right then. See you tomorrow. You were early.
Yes.
Do you need the witness mic? See if that works.
Okay, I think that's better. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
All right, who's here for Philip Harris?
I am, Your Honor.
Can I see the file on Philip Harris? Have you conferred with the state?
I'm working on it now, Judge.
Ah, okay. When you're ready, let me know.
Sure, Judge. Ready for what?
Oh, whatever you guys want to do with your case.
You're on.
Hi,
Deborah,
yes.
I have a nephew who is a Albuquerque policeman. He watches your show all the time and is always praising me. So I thought I'd pass you along that you have gone beyond the border of Texas.
Well, tell him I said hi.
I should have bought a picture and had your autograph it.
Oh, no, I would be more than happy to. So how's it going?
Huh?
How's it been going?
I've got 0 state cases and 4 federal cases all heading towards sentencing, and then I'm retired.
Oh, congratulations.
Not there yet.
Well, you're close. Everybody, John is getting ready to retire, so
Oh, wow.
keep your jealousy under wraps.
Right.
Or pay $50.
Congratulations.
Hey, thanks.
Yeah.
50 years of service.
Wow, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Great minutes.
But Sean, today I have to go and vote.
Yes, Judge.
It's early voting. I don't keep it till the last minute because you never know what's going to happen last minute. And it's right downstairs. It's gonna be crowded downstairs.
Today. Because if you have jurors down there, you wait till like Thursday.
No, I'm gonna join. I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow.
Yeah.
I may get invited to stand on the sidelines and help coach the LSU Tigers, then what I'm gonna say. I'll be like, I'm sorry, I have to go coach.
I got a vocation. Jobs. Position with the Department of Defense. The logistics specialist, it's 631. Sorry. 39.
Okay, nice to meet you. Okay, you're the first year here that right? Well,
Thank you. Okay. It's here now today.
yeah. Okay.
And we need to find out which programs will take her inpatient.
The only one.
Okay.
So. Yes. Okay. Morning.
Morning.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning.
That's fine. James. Okay.
All right, what page is Richard Casanova on? All right, could you have Richard Casanova brought up, please? Thank you.
I'll get with him again. That's all. I'll get on him early. Y'all have a blessed day.
Thank you.
Yes. The second time. Yeah, I know, no, I mean, I can put it second time, I think. I know it's important, so I went, but it was not on my card. Wow.
Good morning, how are you?
No, because of that.
It's a gentleman.
Yeah, just fuck. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say anybody. What if that was gonna house?
Mark's there.
See if I'm getting a set on the modify, please. Yeah, I have a copy of the motion.
Bashan, they are having at 11 a.m.
No,
virtual
I don't-
benefits open, nationwide pet insurance.
Go back. Yeah, that sounds good. All right, thank you. You know that one over well.
Monica had to know where it starts.
Oh, that's nice.
But not just like a regular like square page kind of guy, it was like the like.
Bashan, and also they are having an employee talent
Oh,
search.
I was wondering if you were gonna, enter it.
Well, I'm gonna enter the new people who come before.
Oh, the new people that are here.
Yes. Jason?
Okay.
So we need the new people to enter this employee talent show search.
So what do you?
It's an employee talent show search. They're having it during the Christmas holiday. There are 3 to 4 spots available and deadline to submit is November 8th. So I think the new first chair, the new second chair.
I think they should be.
All right.
I think it's only fair.
All right, that's Ashley, right? Ashley,
Yes, Your Honor.
all right, you and Tony. Hi, there's an employee talent show search, and as you know, 187th, we always like to represent. So there are 3 to 4 spots available, musical performances only, so I'm entering both of you in it. Do 187th proud.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm telling, Bashan, you know what the go-to song is? Don't Go Breaking My Heart. That's easy to sing. I can do an arrangement.
Actually, we'll attend that. I will do that show.
We can have Mahia do a little rap as an intro. I think that will work. All right, seriously though, I've just entered you guys. I hope that's okay.
Yeah, I'll get there, Judge.
But I'm gonna have to go to that. The first performance is at 5:40. I'm wondering who entered.
When is it?
It's well, the deadline to enter is November 8th. But they only have 3 or 4 spots remaining. Oh, and by the way, whatever song you're doing has to be family friendly. So no drop it like it's hot. It's Friday, December 6th.
I'll be out of town that day, Judge.
All right, so I'm gonna have to put you, see, if I put you in jury trial, you'll be here. I'm working on it.
You want me to? When I start to. Oh, I can
Hello.
Good morning, Judge. How
Good
are you
morning.
doing today?
Oh, I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Good, good. Judge, we have an interpreter today for Swahili. And would you like for me to just have him come next to me over here or
Sure.
on this other side?
Yes,
What would
either
be
way,
best?
just when we're on the record, if you all can move to that end. But yes, you can have him come up and talk to your client with you. All right,
Thank you, Your Honor.
you're welcome. Hmm? I'm telling you, it's warm in here. Norma, I told him that from the beginning, and you know what he said? Oh, no, I'm all right. But you know what I did? I turned on my little personal fan, so it's fine.
They let you at 13.
Yeah.
Oh, is Richard Casanova out here yet?
Yeah, they haven't brought it up.
Okay. James Ross. Joshua Harris Johnson. Joseph Mejia. Jose Gonzalez. Lindsay Hernandez. Marissa Mangana.
That's what you never. That's the floor for now.
Yeah.
I know what I
I know. Like, it's awkward. That's what I wanted to have was, yeah.
All right, Richard Casanova, if you'll come down, please. Hello.
Alright.
All right, so, hi. So this is what's happening. Your attorney is actually serving jury duty today on the federal side. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna recall you. And I'm gonna recall you for next week just to make sure that he'll be available.
Okay, I filed a writ of habeas corpus, I have over 180 days and
Mhm.
my Miranda rights were read when I was arrested, but so I didn't have a 2-year protective order. I lived there, but my daughter called and
Okay, so here's the thing.
it was
Oh,
dropped.
wait, let me do those timeout. So I don't want you to talk to me about your case because your attorney probably doesn't want everyone to know about your case. And when I say everyone, the state. So it's probably best if you confer with your attorney about what you feel your defenses are or that type of thing.
That's fine.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you back on Monday, the 28th. If your attorney is excused from jury duty before then, he'll let us know and we may bring you back sooner. But at the latest, it will be the 28th. So that'll be Monday.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions?
No, you're not.
All right. Thank you so much. All right, family violence on page 1. Harris, his plea deadline date is being extended to Monday. His attorney is in jury duty on the federal side.
On Philip Harris, Your Honor?
Yes. I'm sorry, not Philip Harris, Richard Casanova.
Yes, Judge, thank you.
All right, thanks. Yes. See if Odyssey will let me sign in today. Jacob Leal. Come forward. Counsel, you're on this side. And you're in the center. Who's the prosecutor on Jacob Leal? It appears to be criminal child division. All right, so on this case, the issue has to do with discovery. And I know these cases are unindicted, and I know there's an issue probably with the drug case without having any elaborate labs. But what about the unauthorized use, theft from person and theft of property? Do you have the discovery on that?
We were gonna request more time so that we could get everything. I believe Monica hasn't been on the case very long, so we just wanted more time to request everything, see what we're missing and get with the state.
All right. So Norma, on Jacob Leal, let's recall this back for November 14th. All right, so we'll bring you back on November 14th to see where we are. And State, do you have any idea when labs may be completed on the drug case?
None was.
Okay.
I can ask.
All right, thank you.
Welcome.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Judge.
Once you sign the reset form, you're excused. Thank you.
What is there?
Orlando Medellin.
Medellin.
Yes.
One second.
Oh,
Thank you. All right, who's on Roderick Jones?
Hold on here.
Okay. Read something. I'm not gonna read it.
All right, just give me one moment. Okay, so on this case, where are we? Council, I know at the last setting, you were given an investigator.
We were, yeah.
Okay. So what else do we need to take up?
So I guess the question is just whether she goes to inpatient or outpatient. So the preliminary TAP evaluation had said either inpatient if we want something more structured, outpatient if we want something less. Sean feels that she would benefit from either Alpha Home or House of Discipleship.
Okay.
Ms. Jones wanted me to request from the court that she be granted the opportunity for outpatient. Her issues with addiction were from, in the last year, primarily marijuana. The main thing is just that she's absconded for so long, but having met with Ms. Carnes, she has, like a very detailed plan for her life now. I'm just gonna, if I could let her tell you, I can tell she's bursting at the seams to tell you. You wanna tell her?
Yes.
Sure.
I have, I met with Mrs. Carey, and honestly, despite my son is with my family right now, actually. And she actually, not only is she gonna help me find my baby, but she's gonna mentor me. And she gave me her card. I actually have it right here in my folder. I have a plan for the next 1 to 6 months of my life. I wrote it down, I wrote everything down, play by play, and I've been able to sit with my bad decisions. My grandma just flew into town from California yesterday. And I've been able to sit with my bad decisions to where I know that I've made some mistakes, but
You made some choices.
some bad choices. And if you give me the opportunity to do outpatient, I promise you, I will not let you down. Like, I won't be back in blues. I won't be back on this end of the podium at least. And I know that can I read you my plan or can you read it?
Sure, but see, here's the thing. This is what I want to tell people. I always tell people this. Everybody comes up with a plan when they're in custody, right? But when they're out in the free world, their plan is just out the window. And the thing about it is, if you could write a great plan, then you wouldn't be here, right? Because you're on deferred adjudication. And your range of punishment is up to 10 years in prison, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And knowing that your range of punishment, you could potentially go to prison for 10 years. You decided to make bad choices. So you can't write your own plan. Now, what I can tell you is this. Sometimes people will think that the places that I'm sending them to, that it's punishment. And sometimes sometimes it's a little bit of punishment, but usually it's a lot of rehabilitation.
I love Alpha Home, I do, but it's just, I've been an inpatient twice. And honestly, I'm gonna just be honest with you. I don't wanna miss this moment with my son. I haven't seen him at all, and the fact.
Well, what I can tell you is that the programs that they're talking about sending you to, especially the House of Discipleship, I believe that's with Victoria, you'll be able to see your son. They will make plans for you to see your son. But here's the thing. You can go to the House of Discipleship or either, and they will give you a chance to see your son once you're in their program, or guess what? If you go to prison, you know when you'll be able to see your son? When somebody wants to bring your son to you, and then there's a limited amount of time for you to see him. So I'm trying to give you a plan where I won't see you back here before. I can't tell you the number of times. No, here's the thing. The promises you're making to me, other people made those same promises. And the minute they get into the free world, I'd say like 2 or 3 weeks into the free world, then they start backsliding. You can't take somebody, sometimes it works for people, sometimes it doesn't. You can't take somebody from 24/7 lockdown with somebody controlling your life and then giving them all this freedom, because guess what's going to happen? Something's going to come up in life where you can't make a meeting. And then you'll be like, I can't make a meeting, but you know what? I'm going to double up on that. And then the next thing you know, I'm going to triple up on that. Then the next thing you know, you're not calling your probation officer. Then the next thing you know, we're back here for you missing and absconding. Because I want you to really internalize something. You could be going to prison for 10 years because you've been missing. Nobody knew where you were, right? Now you've given me reasons for why you were missing, things going on in your life. But what I can tell you is this: everybody has something horrible that's happening in their life. It's just the way they handled it and the way they address it. Your way to address bad things happening in your life is to go AWOL, to abscond, knowing that you could be sent up to 10 years in prison. In this court, everybody will tell you that I always say, if you have an issue, pick up the phone and call probation. All you had to do is pick up the phone and call probation and say, hey, look, I have all these stresses that are going on in my life. Can you help me? And then if they would have said, no, whatever, get over your stressors, cry a river, build a bridge, get over it. Then guess what you could have done? Then you could have came to the court. Because I can tell you, probation officers, when they see 187 District Court, they're not going to tell you to cry me a river, build a bridge, and get over it. They're going to try to address that with you. And then if they can't address it, I'm going to get an email from them asking me, do I want a compliance hearing? And they'll tell me what's going on in your life. Everybody who's on probation in this court, I remember them. I remember what's going on. Everybody I send to prison, I remember what's going on with them. I see people as people. I know everybody has a SID number. Everybody has a case number. Yeah, I can use your SID number and case number to look you up, but I believe everybody is human beings. That's why I remember things about them and remember what's going on in their life. So what's going on in your life is, yes, Carrie's great, right? And she is willing to work with you, not just as your investigator, but as a mentor. And what I'm telling you is going to the House of Discipleship, that will help you. They'll have a place for you. They'll keep you on track. They can address these trauma issues that you've had going on in your life. And that's the best place for you. And if you let them know, hey, I really want to see my son, they'll make arrangements for that too. You understand? So that's what's going to end up happening. I appreciate the fact that you've sat down, that you got plans for your life. Now sit down. And if you want to sit down with Carrie, or if you want to sit down with your probation officer and say, I'm doing A, B, C, and D. Let's make plans for when I'm released from the House of Discipleship. Like, those plans are still going to be there. Time is still going to pass. You understand? You need to focus on your number one things. Number one thing, not going to prison potentially for 10 years, right? Number one thing, remaining clean and sober. Number one thing, staying in contact with probation. Number one thing, staying in contact with your defense attorney and with Carrie. You know what? Number one thing, taking parenting classes so you can be a good parent to your children. All right? Okay. So that's what we're going to do. And we're going to see how that goes. And you can speak to probation. They'll tell you how long the program is and everything. And they'll come and pick you up from the Bexar County Jail to take you to their program. And just internalize what's going on in the program, because guess what? Those are people who will be in your life forever that you'll always be able to contact. You need a support system, and they're going to be part of your support system. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Is there anything else you need from me?
No, yeah.
All right. Good luck to you. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Okay.
While she was out, so with the fraud charge, he was transferred from the 227.
All right,
I believe CTD has a dismissal for that.
all right, so CTD is just missing that one.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, do right.
Judge, just so that I'm clear, also discipleship.
Yes,
Okay.
thank you. All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge.
Great.
Carrie is always great, right?
She's super nice. It's like, I want to save your number.
Yes. And Bashan, what page is she on?
Judge, on page 8.
Thank you.
Hi, Sarah.
Oh,
yes.
I think it's see Thursday if you want.
Oh, sure.
Thanks. Are you all ready on Philip Harris? Are you ready on Philip Harris or no?
To an extent, yes, Judge.
All right, because he's no longer on the Zoom, so you'll have to.
Not, okay, because I know he said he'd gotten kicked off. Let me give him, and I had to give him the ID again.
Okay, yeah, I didn't kick him out, so I think he just dropped, but he's not on the Zoom anymore.
Okay, let me call him to give him the ID, and I'll zoom back in.
All right, thank you.
Stay here.
Yeah, Ricardo Washington.
Orlando Medellin.
Present, Your Honor.
Okay, let me see here.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. I'm trying to see where the. Hmm. All right, so do we have an update on the TAP evaluation?
Yes, Judge, the top evaluation, recommended DDRF.
Mhm.
However, we do have a couple of concerns with that.
Okay.
First being, he's on meds and I haven't received, he was disqualified from SATF because he was on these type of meds.
Mhm.
And I haven't received feedback whether or not the DDRF staff would be able to administer those meds, so I'm waiting for that answer. And the second is the wait time for DDRF is currently 20 to 24 weeks. The less structured modality that is recommended would be intensive outpatient treatment, sober support meetings, and documented sober support meetings and monthly urinalysis. I would add to that the MIC unit and Center for Healthcare Services referral, Judge.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Allen.
All right. So, Mr. Medellin. Just one moment here. All right, so you're on deferred adjudication.
Yes, ma'am.
If you're revoked, you're looking at 20 years in the prison. You understand? Now, the reason why you're not being sent to DDRF is because there's a wait time. And I know that I've been trying to work with them and everybody's been trying to work with them to perhaps reduce the wait time, but the problem is funds, of course, and there is no placement. Just one moment, somebody's zooming in. Okay. So this is what we're gonna do. And I'm assuming he wasn't accepted in felony drug court? All right. So you're going to have to stay on top of things. If you do not, a motion to revoke is going to be filed. And if that motion to revoke is filed and it appears to be in proper legal format for the court. I'm gonna sign it. You're gonna be arrested and we're gonna hear it. And then either if the state is able to prove their case, then you're looking at 20 years in the prison. Do you understand? Do you have a support system?
Yes, I do.
And who is your support system?
My parents, my mom, my father.
All right, and have you asked them if you can stay with them?
Yes, I'll be staying.
And do they want you to stay with them?
Yes.
I asked that question because a lot of people just make assumptions. It's like, did you pick up the phone? Are they here?
You're here, Your Honor, yes.
All right, let me have his parents come up. Hello, hi. You know, I always have people come before me and they'll say I can stay with my parents. And I'm always like, did you pick up the phone and ask? Or you just assuming just because they love you? So is it all right for him to stay with you?
Yes, yes, definitely, yes.
So here's the thing, he's looking at 20 years in the prison. In this court, when people are placed on probation, I want them to be successful. So the question becomes, if he's not following through on what he's following through on, do you have any qualms about picking up the phone, calling probation?
I don't know.
All right, because, and is there anything else you think he needs?
Not really. With our support and with the courts done for him, what y'all have done for him, I think he's gonna be ready to straighten up some, or, you know, or not make mistakes, because he's not a criminal, you know, he's not a criminal, he's made some mistakes and we understand that. And we want to support him, and with the court support that he's gotten already, I think he's gonna be fine.
Okay, so you know what I tell people in here? They're not making mistakes, they're making choices.
Right.
And they're making bad choices.
Right.
So, what I'm gonna do then, I'm gonna give him the outpatient treatment. Obviously, he has some drug issues going on. Drug issues combined with mental health issues are really hard. And we can't, at least the doctors won't be able to figure out what specific meds he may need until he's completely clean and sober. So since he's been at the Bexar County Jail, he should be clean and sober. So now is the time to get him on the right track if he needs medications for mental health. So if he's not going to be employed, are there things that he needs to be doing around the house? Because I don't like adults to move in with parents and then they do nothing.
Oh, no, he'll have plenty to do. You know, I do a lot of work around the house and I do chores and things like that. And I'm retired, so he'll have plenty to do, trust me.
Okay. All right. If anything comes up, probation will make sure that you have probation's number so you can let us know. If for any reason you see him falling off where maybe he's missing a day of taking his
Right.
meds, you need to let us know so we can get on top of that before a motion to revoke is filed. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And thank you.
All right. Any other questions?
No, we're good.
Thank you
And I
so
appreciate
much.
your time. I
All
really
right.
do.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you guys for dressing appropriately for court. I really appreciate that.
Thank you. Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. If you'll come forward.
Thank
All right. You should be thanking your parents for being a support system for you. You understand? Some people come through here, their family is not in their life anymore.
It's very lucky.
All right, Miss Abrams. Okay, I'm gonna alter and amend conditions to include outpatient treatment through probation. Nick, a referral to Center for Healthcare Services. And then we'll do 120 sober support meetings in 120 days.
And Judge, did you want the monthly UAs to be a condition?
Yes,
Thank you.
monthly UAs, and then we'll do field visits one time per month for 4 months. Then at probation's discretion.
Your Honor, just briefly, I believe at the last setting, there was some mention made to a GPS. Is the court still going to want a GPS enforced as a condition of his release? I know that he has no issue staying with his parents and doing what he needs to do under their watch and then focusing on making his appointments. But I feel like since he's going to be working on his recovery, he's going to have numerous appointments to make regarding his drug treatments and maybe support meetings as well.
I'll do partial GPS.
Can the fees be waived on that, Your Honor?
Yes. Waive fees. And he's allowed to attend all medical appointments and be employed. So if he's employed, he can go to his employment and attend all of his medical appointments and abide by conditions of probation.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then once you are settled in and you've developed a routine, the court will consider lifting the GPS requirement. All right. So here's the thing. How old are you?
43.
All right, you're 43, but you're living with your parents. So this is what that means. That means that your parents' rules apply.
Yes, ma'am.
So if your parents do not want you coming in at 1 a.m., which you should not be coming in at 1 a.m., but if they give you a curfew, that's your curfew. If you want a different curfew, then you need to have your own place. Do you understand? And you need to help out around the house. All right? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
Just want to say thank you.
All right, you're welcome. And in this court, your counsel will tell you if there's anything that you need, let probation know. If you feel they're not addressing it, you can always come back to the court. Do you understand? All right, to the parents, they'll probably be releasing him at midnight or sometime, 1 a.m. or something like that.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
All right, you're welcome. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
All right, I just need to put this in the system, then I will give it to you.
Yes, sir. Let's see if I can approach about a reset. This is for Brenda.
You ready?
Carpenter.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, just give me a moment. Let me put this in Odyssey, then I'll take you up.
Sure.
So I think today is the plea deadline.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. Hey, Jason and I are going to be at odds because of LSU playing.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so we're going to be at odds for a little bit.
Well, we'll see. Should be a good game.
Oh, yeah. I'm just hoping, we do what we can.
The defense is playing better. They stopped relying on Perkins for everything. They're actually starting to play the positions. It's gonna open the defense when we play
CR 3772.
Very interesting.
Awesome.
Interesting weekend.
Yeah. Renee, can you make sure that probation has his parents' address because that's where he's going to be staying?
Yes, definitely.
All right, thank you.
Oh, sorry. I had it as perfect.
No, that's okay.
No, no, you. Okay. Let me talk. Okay, so thank you.
Which file are you looking for?
Hey, Heidi, can you run that box? 124, 3772.
I asked her to be and went. Oh, yeah, she said. Like, they have a second.
All right, Philip Harris.
Yes, Your Honor.
I forgot which side I'm on.
You're on this side.
Different courtrooms, judge, different rules. I'm just trying to keep them straight and.
Yeah. No, the deputies want you all on that side for security reasons. All right, Mr. Harris, if you'll unmute, please, and show your video.
Oh, I'm trying to figure out okay.
All right. All right. So an offer has been tendered and
A new offer's been made today, Your Honor.
Okay.
Mr. Harris would request a short reset to consider that offer. And I was discussing with the DA, on the docket, it shows this is our third setting, but this is only the second time I'm aware of being in court and having.
No,
to
it
be
is the
here.
second time. That's
Okay.
Odyssey.
I just
But
trying
I-
to clarify it, Judge. That's all I'm trying to do, keep
Yeah.
it straight.
No, I tell you, I keep excellent notes, I must say. So what we'll do is we recall this for October 28th.
Yes, sir.
And
So that's gonna be your final plea deadline date, Mr. Harris?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
that is a week from today. I'm here anyway, Judge.
All right, we'll see you back on October 28th. Your client is out of state. He can appear by Zoom.
Very well. Will it be the same Zoom ID as today? Or we
No,
can
it will
change
not. It will be a
Okay.
different one. The computers went down, so I had to put in a different ID number, so.
And will we know that the Friday before, or will I have to get that Monday morning on the 28th?
You'll know it before then.
Very well, Judge. Thank
All
you.
right, thank you.
And
Is there
very-
anything else?
Not from the state, Your Honor.
And nothing from the defense, except may we be excused.
All right, and you may want to talk to probation if the offer is probation. May want to talk to her about the fact that your client is in Georgia. What
Yes,
would
ma'am.
that mean?
What is?
Thank you,
All right,
Judge.
thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're excused. Thank you for dressing appropriately.
Thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome.
We're looking at the file right now. Okay.
Great, thanks. Sure. Thank you. Thanks.
Yes, so the prosecutor wanted me to let you know that, said that it was a special setting, for client, so you need to contact someone else. Oh, I'm sorry, Brenda Carpenter, Sanchez Carpenter, possibly. Well, I'm not sure, just got it. Yeah, so that's why I actually got sick, and so he asked me to come in to see if we can get a 2-week reset or deadline. Right, understand. So prosecutor just asked me to tell you about the special setting. Okay, got it. Okay, thank you.
Who's here on Leslie Cox? All right. Just one moment. All right, so on this case, what are you here for?
It's a pre-MTR. There's been some issues with testing positive for marijuana related deaths.
Oh,
Probation's got a plan. We hope we'll be successful in getting Ms. Cox back on the right path in this case.
Did I send you the?
no. No, it's not in the list. No, I looked and I was like, what's going on?
Or if you don't want us, we just leave it.
Yeah. Yeah, I went through All right, so you have choices to make. And let me just tell you what your choices are. And I tell people this all the time. In Texas, marijuana is not legal. When you're on probation, you're not allowed to use marijuana. So here are your choices. You could potentially go to jail, the Bexar County Jail for 1 year. If I were to sentence you to 1 year in the Bexar County Jail, you probably wouldn't spend a year there because it's overcrowding. They'll probably give you maybe, I don't know, 2 for 1, maybe 3 for 1. It just really depends on you and your behavior at the Bexar County Jail. If you're a trustee, they'll give you 3 for 1. If you're just in general population, they'll probably give you 2 for 1, which means for every day that you're there, it counts as 3 days or as 2 days. If you're causing trouble, they'll probably give you just 1 day. You understand? And whatever time you spent in jail before, legally, you're entitled to credit for that. So you receive credit for that. So you have choices to make. And here are your choices. You can use marijuana. A motion to revoke is going to be filed. The state is going to allege that you use marijuana as a part of the conditions. Once they present their evidence, either I'm going to find it true or not true. If I find it true, then you're looking at 1 year in the Bexar County Jail. So you have choices to make. Your choices are, is the use of marijuana worth potentially looking at 1 year in the Bexar County Jail? If the answer is yes, then you need to just cut out the middleman, right? And just say, Judge, just send me to jail. Just file the MTR. I don't want to do this anymore. And I just rather do my time and be done with it. And then when you smoke marijuana, it's still illegal. And if somebody ends up catching you before you use, it's going to be a possession of marijuana. So those are your choices. So this is me having a conversation with you about your bad choices. You understand? So why do you keep using marijuana?
It was a poor choice on my part. Just, I don't want to sit here and make excuses just like everybody else. I go through struggles. I have my everyday problems. I'm beating myself up the most about this myself. I was in the middle of IOP and I really did want to finish it.
So let me ask you this. When's the last time you used marijuana?
About 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago. All right. And that's truly the last time you used? All right. You're not allowed to use marijuana from here on out. You understand? So what's going to end up happening is you're going to go back to IOP and probation is going to test you for levels. And those levels need to be going down. If those levels rise, I'm going to tell them just file a motion to revoke. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Now, what is it you need from the court so that you can be successful? I mean, what's causing, you have to look internally inside yourself and ask yourself, what is causing you to choose marijuana over freedom? Because that's really your choices. Potentially you could go to jail or not.
I've already spoken to my PO about it. I feel like I need some counseling, therapy maybe for past issues, but I just got health insurance and on it, alcohol counseling is involved. It doesn't include just counseling or a therapist. I'm gonna have to pay out of pocket. With me paying all these fines right now, it's not gonna happen for a while. But I do believe I need some one-on-one counseling.
Okay. So what type of counseling? Is it
no-
for trauma? Is it for grief? What is it? What do you think you need counseling for so that probation will know what track to put you on? Counsel, what type of counseling do you think she is asking for?
I think so. I think there's some underlying trauma. I think there's some,
Okay.
I think that she needs to get that resolved so that she doesn't feel the need to self-medicate.
Okay.
I mean, the court's seen it before, and I think there's a lot of people that come before you that have those needs.
Yes. All right. And you still in Medina?
I am, Ms. Chairman.
All right. So what I'm going to do is alternate main conditions. And I want you to complete IOP, okay?
Yes.
So, Ms. Abrams, on this, it's going to be restart IOP. And can you see if there's any type of counseling for her for trauma? And then we'll do trauma counseling. And then I'm gonna do 90 sober support meetings in 90 days. And let me just tell you why I'm doing the sober support meetings. Usually when people start those, they hate it because it's like, this is just another thing for me to do. But once they really start going and internalizing everything, they really, really enjoy it. And then you can meet people there who will tell you, oh, I have a great doctor. This is the doctor who's seeing me. You know, it's people who are perhaps in the same situation that you're in, and they come out on the other side of it. You understand? So in this court, if you need something, don't just be floating out in the wind. You've got to let probation know. You understand? All right. And Miss Abrams, we'll test her for levels. She says the last time she used was Wednesday.
Okay, Judge.
It's a 3 weeks ago, Judge.
3 weeks ago?
Yes.
I'm sorry, 3 weeks ago. All right, so is there anything else you need from the court?
No,
All right, good luck to you.
thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Did she check in? Okay. Oh, my goodness, in jail? Holy cow, she went the last time. Thank you, thank you. Okay, yeah, let me, yes, would you please? I'll stay right here. She went well last time, thank you.
I'm so sorry. Can I see the file back on Orlando Medellin and Roger Nate Jones? All right, thank you. All right, thank you. There are some things that I just need to make sure I put in Odyssey. And Odyssey is so slow.
To a different phone real quick and I'll be right back. It's about the Sanchez Carpenter.
Okay, that's fine. I already put the file.
Oh, you do have it?
Yes, we were able to,
Okay,
once we get to.
okay.
All right, are you all ready on Carpenter?
Sure.
All right, where is Brenda Carpenter?
I believe, not here, or I'm not sure offhand. I believe she's here.
Brenda Sanchez Carpenter. All right, if you'll come forward. So on this case, where are we on discovery?
Judge, I believe discovery's been turned over. I believe that the defense counsel may be sick or something.
Yes.
But I believe all the discovery has been turned over.
All right, and was an offer tendered?
I don't know.
I don't know offhand. You're
Let me check. Judge, I can check.
Did you receive an offer? Did anybody give you an offer on this case?
They were working on one, but I haven't heard it.
Oh, Judge. I'm
Yes.
sorry, this is the special
Ah.
prosecutors section, I guess.
Okay.
So I don't know.
All right, when do you expect him to be back?
Ms. Melinda's here. She's a special computer on.
Carpenter?
Okay, hi. Hi, come forward.
Sorry. They're all-
So on this case, was an offer ever tendered?
Yes, well, yes.
Okay. All right, then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna set her for a plea deadline date.
When you're on, if I may, I believe the plea deadline date was for today,
Yes.
and so I was here to ask for a 2-week reset.
No, that's what I'm
Okay.
doing, because my understanding, he's ill.
Yes.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set your plea deadline date for November 12th. And if your attorney wants you brought back sooner, he can let us know. Right? So
Thank
we'll be
you.
back on November 12th. And that will be your final date to let the court know whether or not you've reached an agreement.
Thank you.
All right. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you,
Thank
All right,
you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
And just for your knowledge, that's what I was.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Hello.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Hey, I'm here on Melanie Barone. We have sentencing, but we have a dispute as to the amount of restitution. They're trying to get a hold of the CW, but they haven't been able to this morning.
Okay, so we're gonna have them,
I want to see if I can get a short reset to give them a chance.
have them pull the file.
Thanks. Here on Melanie Barone.
Okay.
Mr. Munoz? Mr. Munoz?
All right, let me just see.
Zachary Munoz?
Yeah, it is for November 21st. Yeah. All right, thank you. All right, state, Joshua Johnson, that's actually for November 21st.
I can swear it in. The application.
Mr. Mejia and I will go down the floor just a few minutes. Mejia? M-E-J-I-A.
All right.
Very well.
Okay, he's supposed to appear in.
No, I want him to be reading something, but I can't give it to him.
Oh, just next. Touching on that, if you're gonna go down. I was confused. I thought you were saying he was coming from 1.5.
Hi,
Howdy.
I'm going with Mr. Mejia to Mary Ramon, so he can be reading something, then I'll be right back.
Okay,
Thank you.
sure.
He's here, right? Because he's leaving.
Well, I hope so. He will.
And he didn't check in with the court. Did he check in with the court?
I don't know. He was outside the courtroom.
Ask him to come in.
Sure.
Thank you.
All right, who's Melanie Barone?
Thank you.
Good morning. Yes, so what is the issue?
The issue is the amount of restitution, Your Honor.
All right, so she's already entered a plea?
Correct, Your Honor.
All right, so we can have the hearing and then you all can set it for a restitution hearing.
We can do that.
Sounds fair, Your Honor.
Okay, If y'all would just then take a seat, because I'm not the person who took this plea, and let me just read the stipulations very quickly.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Gonzalez, Jason Gonzalez, come here. Get your right thumb. Press it down, right, straight down. In the center, right there. Just press it down enough. Right here, this side, and the center. Application. Raise your hand. Six minutes. It's the cross. Right, and then space. We are going to have a picture of as a test. Songs where they're true parts of their knowledge.
All right, so the parties on, could I just see the attorneys on Barron, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so in the steps, it appears that they have the estimated values of items. So you're asking for actual receipts?
No, no, Your Honor, there's one item in there that's listed as his car title. It's listed as a value of $17,000 and some odd dollars, but Your Honor, it doesn't take $17,000 to replace your car title. It would if he had lost his vehicle, but that's not the case here.
So that's the only one that you're objecting to?
Right, he's making a claim of a pretty large claim that he hasn't actually suffered that loss.
All right, so if you all want to sit down and calculate everything that is on the list, with the exception of the blue original Texas title to the white Ford truck that he said is valued at 17,000. If y'all will give me that number, and then we can come back on a different date for the $17,000. So if y'all will discover how much that is. And I'll do it on my end as well. Okay, thank you. Yes. Yes. Hmm? Sure. You're welcome. All right, who's here on Jason Gonzalez? And I think this is Criminal Trial Division of Plea. So if I could have a Criminal Trial Division prosecutor, he's doing calculations.
Your Honor, actually, it is robbery, but it's actually the family violence unit because it's family. It was a
Thank you.
girlfriend.
All right, thank you. All right, this is family violence.
Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. All right, we're going to go on the record. So, Mr. Featherston, if you have your client move down there, you can talk to him on that end. Thank you. All right, court is calling 2024 CR 5903, State versus Jason Noel Gonzalez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Ashley Jones for the state.
Zachary Munoz for the defense.
And are you Mr. Gonzalez?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all of the discovery and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Gonzalez, did you review the document entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor, we do.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Gonzalez, did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand that you're charged with the offense of robbery?
Yes, ma'am.
That's a second-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor, he's
Did-
competent.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do, Your Honor.
Do you believe he was sane at the time of the offense?
I do believe he was.
Mr. Gonzalez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, the state is recommending deferred adjudication. They're taking in consideration JN 2155081, and there's an affirmative finding of family violence. Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to be designated as primary custodial parent?
Ma'am.
Did you understand that to be the entirety of your plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense is at the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
State is at the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 5 years. There be 90 days of electronic monitoring. There be no contact with the complainant, and there's an agreed protective order. Did you understand that?
Yes,
Those
ma'am.
are recommendations from the state, and the court does not have to follow those recommendations.
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offenses charge, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
State, any evidence?
Your Honor, state would offer State's Exhibit 1 and all attachments.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, and state, have you spoken with the complainant?
We have, Your Honor.
And they're aware of this agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you may be excused.
Oh, thank you, Judge.
Did you review the document entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing state's exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor, we are asking the court waive PSI. We do
Anything you
have-
wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Your Honor, I believe this situation arose due to a bad relationship. My client understands what he did was wrong, is asking the court to follow the agreement of 5 years deferred. He's also part of that agreement. He has signed a protective order. He has no issues and does not want to obviously violate that order, has no wishes to be with that woman any longer. And he's trying to do his best to start a new path. He is relatively a young man and he wants to get on the right path here. Your Honor, I'd also ask, he has been on full GPS house arrest. While this bond's been, while this case has been pending. I know part of the deal was full house arrest for 90 days. He is living with his mother. However, his mother's having a hard time, meet the obligations because he was helping out with some of the rent, some of the obligations. He has secured a job at Renee's Affordable Lawn Care and Landscape. I do have a letter from them. However, it's not dated nor signed, so I asked for a better copy. They're working on getting that to me. But he is working there, or going to be working there from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and then potentially some Saturday mornings as well.
All right, how old are you?
23,
Do you have any children?
2 boys.
And are these children, is the complainant in this case the mother of those children?
No, ma'am.
So you don't have any children with her?
You have to
Yes or no?
respond
No,
verbally,
ma'am.
sir.
No, ma'am.
All right, and what is this 207 on your neck for?
Just my area code.
You can remember that? So why did you take her vehicle?
Come again?
Why did you take her vehicle?
Oh, because she had let me use it to get my ID. But I guess she found out that I was talking to other females, so I guess she said no.
No. That's not what this says. This says that you came up to her, you punched her and took the car keys and left, and you told her, don't worry, I'll bring it back. And then when the police interviewed you, you admitted to pushing her and taking the car keys, and you said you took her vehicle because you needed to run a few personal errands. So that wasn't your vehicle, was it?
No, ma'am.
So what errands were so important that you decided to punch someone in the mouth and take their car keys and leave?
I didn't punch him, but I needed to get my ID.
So you stole a vehicle?
No.
Well, I mean, you want a jury trial? Because he's telling me he didn't commit this offense.
Yes.
Yes, what?
I took a car and all that.
Without her permission?
Yes, ma'am.
So what is it you don't understand when people don't want you anymore? Because she doesn't want to be in a relationship with you anymore. Maybe it's because you didn't have a job with her. I don't know why, but she does not want to be in a relationship with you. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
And you probably shouldn't be in a relationship with anyone until you get your life together. And obviously you have anger issues. I've never seen so many men in this day and age not working, and people are still, and they're able to work, and people are just tolerating this nonsense where men, they date them and they don't have a job. They don't have a vehicle. Oh, you can use my vehicle. Don't worry, be lazy, don't work. This is what I'm telling you in this court. I require adults to be employed. And I'm not going to let you work at this landscaping business, because here's the thing about the landscaping business. That means that he can be anywhere all over town on GPS. The court doesn't know. She doesn't know where he is. He can perhaps end up landscaping wherever she is, and it'll be okay because he's in the landscaping business. I think that the landscaping business is the new West telemarketing. Everybody who's on probation says they're doing landscaping. So he's going to have to get another job. Have you ever worked before?
Yes.
Doing what?
At the Matatron, making the noodles or the soups.
All right. So he needs to have employment at a place where there is a stable location. Now, once he's been on probation for a while, I may reconsider. How far did you go in school?
Not far,
What does that mean?
maybe to the 10th grade.
Well, maybe to the 10th grade, or did you not get to the 10th grade?
I did, and then I dropped off.
Why did you drop out?
I had a kid at a young age.
So you had a child at a young age?
Yes, ma'am.
What age were you?
Like 14, 15,
And how old is that child?
10.
And so you said you have two children. What are their ages?
Got a 6-year-old and a 10-year-old.
And do you support them financially?
No, ma'am.
When's the last time you paid any child support for them?
I'm not on child support.
All right, see, that's another thing. Have your rights been terminated?
Nope.
So let me just tell you, part of your conditions of probation that people tend to ignore, but it's not ignored in this court, you have to support your dependents. So that means that 6-year-old and 10-year-old, if you want to do adult things and have children, even though you're 14 when you're doing it, I don't know where people's parents are, where 14-year-olds are having children, but you're going to have to pay for those children, because guess what? In the United States, unless they're going to be actors or something, that 6-year-old and that 10-year-old don't have a job. They can't support themselves. You can't just put them out in the world and say, go forth and support yourself. That's not how it works. So you're going to have to get employment, and you're going to have to get employment enough so you can support them. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you seen them recently?
No.
All right. All right, this is what the court is going to do. Court has sentenced you to 6 years deferred adjudication. Okay. There's going to be partial GPS, waive fees, and that's to be for employment only. There's an agreed protective order. There's to be no contact with Mary Alice Trevino Washburn. There's to be proof of employment within 45 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. There's going to be a gang evaluation. There's going to be 300 hours of community service restitution. 100 of those hours will be waived upon completion of parenting classes. 200 hours will be waived if he obtains his GED or some sort of trade school certificate. Field visits, 1 time per month until further notice. And of course, probation, if he is a member of a gang, then gang supervision will take care of the field visits. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. Take in consideration JN21558081. And there's to be the BIPP course. Probation, is there anything else?
If you want the GED or trade school as a part of his condition.
Yes, it's going to be a part of his condition, but once he completes it, either one, then 200 hours of community service will be waived. And parenting classes are a part of his condition as well. And once he completed, the 100 hours will be waived. And there should be no unsupervised contact with minors.
I'm sorry.
No unsupervised contact with minors until further notice. Probation, is there anything else he needs? Is there any?
Random wage, right?
Yes.
Right. Nothing else, but.
Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No, ma'am.
All
Just,
right.
just
Yes.
to clarify on the no supervision, no unsupervised supervision with the children. If for any reason the mother of the child were to seek to put them on child support, and obviously that would include a custody. If there's a court order for custody that doesn't involve that, would this order with no supervision still apply, or would the new?
No, this
Okay.
order will apply. If he wants that change, he'll have to come back to court.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. You have engaged in adult activities, so now it's your turn to be a man. You understand?
Yes,
That
ma'am.
means get employment and take care of your dependents. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, in this case, what I can tell you, and we're off the record, if you violate this, what will end up happening is you're potentially looking at 20 years in the prison. Do you understand? All right. And if you're drug tested today, are you going to be positive for anything?
This for marijuana.
All right, Ms. Abrams, make sure that he's tested for levels. He says he's going to be positive for marijuana. There's no marijuana use that is allowed in Texas. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
The only exception is if you have a prescription. All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
The files on Nathan Martinez,
Nathan Martinez.
it's gonna be a bunch of them, so they should be easily.
Yes,
Just give me 1 second. You're welcome.
That's it, her report. Okay. I don't, yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I'll find them.
Are y'all ready on Melanie Barone?
Okay.
And this is the state's file. So do y'all have an agreed amount?
I don't believe so, Your Honor, because I calculated all of the tangible property provided in the Bear County Sheriff's burglary inventory. And that amount, excluding the vehicle title, came to 18,889. 18,889 is a bit more than 24,000 when it's combined with 17,000. So there seems to be some sort of discrepancy between what is in the burglary inventory and what Mr. Vasquez is claiming on the PSI. And I'd like to talk with him about that.
Well, let me ask you this. The key is what's in the STIPs. Because everybody agreed that the STIPs were true. So did y'all add up what was in the stipulations?
I don't know what was in the STIPs, Your Honor.
All right, so if y'all will add up the numbers that the court has and the stipulations, and let's see what numbers that will be. You're welcome. So if you'll have a seat, they're going to look at the numbers in the STIPs. Nathan Martinez.
That's right. And I think that is working on this.
Okay. So on this case, has an offer been tendered?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And how old are you? 20? All right. And I don't want to get into anybody's offer or not, but I'm trying to figure out, because he's young. So I'm trying to figure out, is this a time offer?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so now that I know that, I'll know where I need to set this, because there are things I'm sure he needs to think about. And
Well,
I'm taking,
still work that needs to be done on some of the other cases, which I can talk to you about when you're done.
all right. So the offer state that you've tendered, does that encompass everything?
It would, Your Honor. I mean, it's the capital would encompass everything there.
All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reset this then for December. And if your attorneys want you to come back sooner, they can ask for it to be placed sooner on the docket. And I'm giving you this length of time because of your age, and sometimes it's hard for younger people to realize the consequences of their choices, whether you have an attorney or not. So I'm gonna set it for, you're gonna already be here on December 2nd, Mr. Bond, with Mr. Curtis.
That's the case that Judge Meza talked to you about. That I'm gonna be in trial with Judge Meza on that civil commitment. She said she spoke to you about it already, so. That's what she told me. I mean, I'm not trying to get between the two of you, obviously, it's not my place, but I was under the understanding that she'd spoken to you about, but I'll come whatever you tell us to.
Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be, we're coming back on December 2nd.
For this one, Judge?
Yes. Okay,
Thank you, Judge.
That's a plea deadline.
yes, that's the plea deadline date.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay. So we'll get somebody else. Yeah. We're missing some discovery on the murder. I'll talk.
Yes. Yes. All right, just give me a moment while I put this in the system.
What are your thoughts? Yeah, I'm looking through the 2,800 CPS records now, but it looks like he's been. Mom says he's been missing her. But I'm only on. That's where I was. I did put a photo of her just for. We received it, sounds like you already got it. She's going to- Might- No, we'll need to get it.
It's up. Yeah. That's fine. So I think, yeah, I kind of like that. Should take it. And you look at that, so I don't want to say that. I think there's something.
I'm just gonna get it today. Somebody.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, that's right. That's going on.
Oh, Charles? Just 1 second.
Okay.
All right, so it's gonna be December 3rd, and let me find him. What page is he on the docket? Thank you. All right, so let me explain something to you. You've been late for this court, and this is the second time you've been late, and I'm telling you right now, court is not in the hallway. Do you understand? If you are late again, you gotta be in that box. You're gonna be taken into custody. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ariana.
You're welcome.
I think you should find it.
Back over there. Sign it. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Having fun.
Yeah, a little bit. May I turn this in, please? Thank you. I may leave for a few minutes and come back, but I'll be right back. We'll do this right away. Just let you know. How many are there?
Thank you.
Oh, okay, I'll stick.
Jose Gonzalez.
There you are. Just, he's on Zoom. He
No,
was
he's
on,
not.
he was on the old Zoom before, and then I realized there's a new Zoom number, so he said he's in there.
No, he's not.
Really?
Really. If you'll see about that.
Let me find him, because I just.
Hubbard.
Awaiting competency.
Okay, and where is she?
In jail.
All right. Debbie, could you have her brought out? Thank you. They'll have her brought up.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Norma, are you sure that's the number? That is the spot?
No.
Oops.
Yeah.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Did you want this back, Judge?
No, you can keep it.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
He said that was the worst call against you. But at least it got called back. I had a worse call against my dad. I've had bad calls. I've had bad calls and I don't say anything about it, you know? I don't say. I'm gonna start throwing a water bottle. Praying. What are you wearing today? LSU? Oh, the Gator. Okay. You get them later. We gotta support it. It's coming up now, right?
So-
This weekend, right?
Cornelius, here's the question. Jason? Jason,
Jason.
I'm gonna ask Cornelius a question. Cornelius, this question needs to be answered because I need to know, where people are. It's sort of like the Warriors. I need to know where you are. So LSU is playing Texas A&M. Who you with?
I'm with LSU.
I figured, that's an easy question. Come on. Come on.
Loaded question.
I mean.
I'm telling you, you know what? I think Texas Longhorns have learned.
The short horn.
You gotta play. You call them the Shorthorns?
The short horns.
Yeah. You gotta be prepared to play can you take a week off?
Welcome to the SEC. That's all. Welcome to the SEC.
Yeah.
That's what we play.
Still invite you to the cookout, but welcome.
Is the game on Saturday night in Baton Rouge by any chance?
No,
Kyle
yeah, but it's at
They
night.
have a chance.
We'd like to play at night.
Oh, they'll take it from you at night.
Well, you know what?
LSU.
It's, we travel well. We'll come with fans.
That'll bring you. But there won't be anything left in any convenience store in College Station, right? Yeah, that'll be good.
What? All right, Jose Gonzalez.
Yes, Your Honor.
Hello.
Here you go.
Thank you so much for dressing appropriately for court. I really appreciate that.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. You're welcome.
All right, so today is your plea deadline date.
It is, Judge.
So you all want a jury trial? What do you want?
Your Honor, the state was presented with new evidence that we are attempting to turn over to defense counsel today. We do have a protective order for the court to review. We would ask for the court's approval of the protective order. And then I do believe both defense and state would need a little bit extra time to review.
Okay, so what new evidence? Is this new evidence presented by the state or this new evidence presented by the defense?
It would be presented by the state, Your Honor. When we ordered CPS records and we did turn those over to defense at previous court date, we were informed that there were also adult protective service records, so we ordered those at that time and we just put those in.
So you actually have the records?
We do, Your Honor. And we have tendered them to defense.
This morning.
Thank you, Judge.
See here. All right, so your final plea deadline date is going to be November 7th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge.
You may be excused.
Yes. And where is your client at work or in another state?
He's in Dallas, Your Honor.
Okay.
And I know he works. I don't know if he's at work right now.
All right, you can attend by Zoom.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Anything else?
Not from the state, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Alright, sounds good. That's a good idea. Yes, right. Raise your hand. I see. Surviving. I enjoy it. Raise your hand. State your full name. Are you the defendant in these cases? Are you familiar with the exhibits and stipulations attached here too? You solemnly swear that you're true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
John Hayes,
Are you familiar with these jury waivers, man? Your attorney explained to your constitutional rights. You understand them? And so desire to enter this plea today and waive your right to a jury trial. Your signature right there, right there. Thank you. Can I see a letter from the judge?
and counsel, you're on this side.
Okay. Yes, Your Morning, Judge.
Good morning. So there was a mental health court referral. What is the status?
He's being screened this week. I spoke with him this morning. The state's also tendered us with an offer that we're considering. I would just ask for a 2-week short reset for us to come back and make a determination on whether we're gonna accept the plea, and if so, what plea.
Get my guys.
All right. You want to come back on the 12th?
We can, or the week prior to that works as well.
All right. Prior, then it's the 4th, or the 7th.
The 4th works, Judge.
All right, Norma, if you can recall this for November 4th, it'll be a plea deadline date. All right,
Okay,
thank you.
sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you. Do you have any, I'm sorry, sir, do you have any questions for the court?
No, I don't.
All right, we'll bring you back then, okay?
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
As a matter of fact, I just have these 2 travel people. What do you say?
Alexandria Rodriguez.
How are you today, Your Honor? So,
All right, how are you doing?
good now.
Okay. All right, the court is calling 2024 CR 0088483. Excuse me, sorry. If y'all can move down to that end. Oh, if you can move down to that end. Yeah,
Yes, Your Honor.
all right. And the court is also calling 2024 CR 008400, State of Texas versus Alexandria Penny Rodriguez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Gary, hand your honor. Jim Oltersdorf, Alexandria Penny Rodriguez.
And are you Alexandria Rodriguez?
Yes, ma'am, yeah.
Counsel, have you received all of the discovery in each of these cases?
Yes, your honor.
And did you review those with your client?
Yes, your honor.
In each cause, the court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Are there any applications in this case?
No, your honor.
Right. In each cause number, have you reviewed the true bill of indictment with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am, yeah.
Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am, your honor. It was showing about the time served.
No. So we're gonna take this step by step. I understand you have an agreement.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So we're not at the part where I ask you what your agreement is.
Yeah, my bad, sorry.
No problem. So I'm trying to make sure that you've read the indictment in each of these
Yes,
clause
yes.
numbers. So the indictment tells you what you're charged with. So do you understand what you've been charged with in each case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, your honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented in each cause number?
Yes, your honor.
And each cause number, did you review the documents? Court admonishments. These are documents that tell you what your rights are. Did you review that with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am, your honor.
All right, in each case, you're charged with possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram. Those are state jail felonies. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea with the state, I don't have to follow that plea. If for any reason I don't follow your plea and give you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you can withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am, your honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am, your honor.
Did you understand by entering these plea bargain agreements, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am, your honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in each of these cause numbers?
Yes, ma'am, your honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, your honor.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
I do, your honor.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, your honor. She was and she is.
Ms. Rodriguez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the pleas?
No, ma'am, your honor.
Anyone promised you anything other than the pleas?
No, ma'am, your honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am, your honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am, your honor, I did.
Right. And each of the plea bargain agreements, punishment is to be assessed at 157 days in the Bexar County Jail under 1244. There are no applications and the cause numbers will run concurrently. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am, your honor.
Defense is at the plea.
Yes, your honor.
State is at the plea.
I did, your honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am, your honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am, your honor.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, your honor.
Then in each cause number, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence?
Yes, your honor. In each of the cases, state exhibit number 1 was not.
No objections.
All right, state, you may be excused. Did you review the documents?
Yes, ma'am, your honor.
They're entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am, your honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am, your honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
In each cause number, the court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, in each of the cause numbers, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty in each cause number. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, I've visited Penny in jail, plus this is the second time in court. I know she presents very slow speaking, but that's just the way she talks. She's completely competent. She's been very compliant. She did not really want to be on deferred adjudication. She does have a prior history. She has indicated to me voluntarily, without me asking her or telling her or explaining to her the importance of treatment, that she was going to go to the Center for Healthcare Services. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And that she had a place to go, a place to live. Is that correct or not?
Yes, sir.
Where would that be?
With my boyfriend, Archie Herring, and I have a number too, if you need to make a phone call.
Okay, thank you. That's all we have, Judge. We hope you follow the plea bargain agreement.
All right, then in the cause number 2024 CR 008400, court will find you guilty, sentence you to 157 days in the Bexar County Jail under 1244. This is to run concurrent with 2024 CR 008483 and give you credit for any time served. And is this a judgment satisfied?
Yes, Your Honor. We hope that the court would find it that way. The state agrees that it is, and she has 157 days now.
All right, the court will show that the judgment is satisfied. And cause number 2024 CR 008483, court will find you guilty, sentence you to 157 days in the Bexar County Jail under 1244, give you credit for any time served. This will run concurrent with 2024 CR 008400. Court will show that the judgment is satisfied. In each of the cause numbers, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it and sign it?
Yeah, yes, ma'am, Your Honor, I did.
All right. Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because these are felony convictions, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. It's obvious to the court that you have a drug problem.
Yes, ma'am.
If you do not take care of that problem, and by take care of that, I mean become clean and sober and maintain your sobriety, what's going to end up happening is, one, you're going to be back in somebody's court, and your attorney will tell you at some point these state jail felonies, when they get enhanced, you're looking at 2 to 20 years, not 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
other thing that could end up happening is somebody identifies your body because you've gotten some bad drugs. People who make drugs, the only thing they care about is making their money. Do you understand?
Yes,
They don't
ma'am.
care about you. They're trying to make money. And guess what? If something happens where you end up dead on the side of the street and somebody identifies your body, they're not going to be holding a visual for you. They're not going to say, oh, it's a shame we sold her some bad drugs. They're just going to move on to the next person who wants to buy. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So you need to get your life in order. There are plenty of places where you can go for free. They'll help you with any mental health issues you have. That's called Center for Healthcare Services, or they do have inpatient treatment programs for you. You understand?
Yes, ma'am. I will get treated after 1 month.
All right. And if for some reason you can't find a place and you need a place to go, you can come back here and I will pick up the phone, call somebody to help you. You understand?
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
All right. Good luck to you.
Good luck to you too, ma'am.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks, Judge.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Oh, you just have to have them pull the file, and then I call you up in the order of appearance.
From whom?
Right here.
It's Patrick Nguyen.
Get it?
Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome. And that's that one I've signed.
Taking care of good.
All right, who's here on Ayana Hubbard?
That's me, Judge.
All right, is she out here yet?
No.
All right, just give me a moment. Patrick Nyang here.
Your Honor, as a reminder, there's a Swahili interpreter with us.
All right, awesome. I always love hearing new languages. All right, so if you'll just repeat everything that I'm saying to him.
Yes, ma'am.
So first things first, my understanding from the last time we were here is that he is a US citizen.
So, yes. Yes. Yes, ma'am.
All right, could you speak a little louder? Because I want to hear, right? I love the different accents and everything. So my understanding, you are a US citizen.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So where are we on discovery?
Your Honor, on discovery, we have.
Well, wait a second. He needs to repeat everything that I'm saying.
Mhm.
So where are we on discovery?
By discovery, what do you mean, ma'am? If you
Oh,
could
let me rephrase it.
Okay.
Have you received all of the evidence that the state has?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And you have?
Yes, Your Honor, I have.
Yes, yes.
State, were you able to tender an offer?
Not today, Your Honor.
All right. When will you be prepared to tender an offer? And why has one not been tendered?
If possible, Your Honor, I wanted to schedule a pretrial meeting. I have two victims on two different cases. Wanted to meet with them first, and then after that meeting, convey an offer to Mr. Rocha.
All right. So when will you be able to come back?
Contact me.
All right. So we're going to have you come back on November 7th.
Okay.
And so on November 7th, state, you need to be prepared to tender an offer.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions?
Sorry? No, ma'am.
Okay, so here's the thing. You got to use the interpreter.
Oh, I'm sorry. So
So either we're going to have an interpreter or we're not.
Yes, he said he needed an interpreter.
All right, so we'll be back on November 7th. And at that time, the state will let you know what they're willing to offer to you. All right, do you have any questions? Okay, thank you. So how do you say good morning or hello?
Jambo, habari.
Ah, Bashan, you hear that? I'm liking it. Okay, I'm gonna pick up some, well, you know what, how do you say hurry up?
Hurry up will be.
Okay, I'm gonna learn how to say that.
Your
Learn how to say it. But thank you so much for coming in. I love to hear different languages. I think they're so great, and the way each language has its own rhythm is just beautiful to me.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming.
My pleasure.
And Your Honor, since we have the interpreter here and so that we have it on the record. I have gone through with my client the indictment. And also all of the immigration consequences if it turns out that he's not a US citizen.
Mhm.
And also what are the allegations and what are the possible witnesses that might be brought to court if we were to a jury trial and his constitutional rights.
All
to a
right, so
jury
here's the thing. Technically, we're not on the record. If you would like me to call the case and put what you're saying on the
trial.
record.
Oh, yes,
go ahead.
absolutely, Your Honor, please.
All right. All right, we're gonna go on the record. In 2024, CR 009072 and 007743. State versus Patrick Nyangari. All right.
And the other
Counsel,
case, Your Honor.
I call them both. All right, and there's something you wanted to place on the record?
Yes, Your Honor, for purposes of the record, I would like to inform the court.
Just one second. So if it's easier for you,
Mm-hmm.
because I get a little bit worried when I don't see people saying exactly what's being said. So there can't be a synopsis of what's being said. It has to be word for word, what's being said.
Okay.
So if you need to step over there with the person you're interpreting for to repeat everything as he's saying it, that's fine with the court.
Oh, okay.
And do you need a pad to write anything down? Just one second. Do you need a pad to write?
No, I'm good.
All right. So you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, I have gone over the indictments on each of the cases against them. Explain the elements that comprise each accusation. I've explained what the state of Texas needs to prove. And the standards as well. I've also explained that if he's not a US citizen, what would be the immigration consequences of these two cases? And that advice included an explanation of deportation and inadmissibility. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Is there anything else?
Your Honor, I have filed a motion for a bond reduction. The bonds are currently set at 25,000 for the robbery and $30,000 for the assault on the public service.
All right. State, are you prepared to proceed on the motions?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, then we'll proceed on the motions. All right, we're off the record for a moment. I don't have motions for bond reductions on these two. Can you see if you have them?
Yes, sir. Yeah, look.
And for those of you who are in the audience, if your attorney has not appeared, you need to call them because the court is recessing at noon and you have to come back in the afternoon. All right, we are back on the record. So in each cause number, defense has filed a motion to reduce bond. All right, defense, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, we're asking this court to grant a PR bond for my client, and in the alternative, a bond that is significantly lower than what has been set. He is indigent. He is indigent and I have been appointed to represent him on this matter. He does have a place to stay. And he promises to come back to every court hearing here and after.
All right, what I can tell you, if he's requesting a PR bond, I can have him interviewed for a PR bond. I'll ask that they expedite it. And we could probably come back maybe at the beginning of next week, just to be on the safe side.
I would just remind the court that this interview is gonna need an interpreter.
Yes. I will tell you, at the Bexar County Jail, they do have access to interpreters and they can call them on the phone.
Perfect.
All right, so then what we'll do is we'll keep the November 7th date, but Ms. Ferguson, on this case, if I can have an expedited PR bond interview for him, and they'll bring him back before November 7th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And if you'll confer with Ms. Ferguson on a date.
I will, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right,
May I be
thanks.
excused?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming now.
Adjustments. Chat with you. You'll send me an email, I guess. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
You're welcome. Who's here? Michael Rodriguez?
I am. May he approach judge as well?
Yes. All right, so where are we on this case?
I've conferred with Mr. Garahan. We're very close to resolution. There's a few matters Mr. Garahan and myself want to review. So we're asking to come back in a couple of weeks
All right.
for resolution. I would like to come back if I could. November 18th.
I can do November 17th.
Okay, 17th is a Sunday.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at October. So you're saying November 18th. That's fine.
Okay.
All right. We'll see you back on November 18th.
Thank you.
All right. Do you have any questions, sir?
All right. No, ma'am.
All right. Thank you.
ma'am. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
All right, Charles,
Yes, Judge.
on this case, okay, this night mag number comes back as indicted. Is that correct?
I believe he has 4 indicted cases.
I only have 3, so maybe I'm missing one.
Grab the court's files, the state's files.
All right, so I have a, this night mag, it appears that it's been indicted. It's, 2024 CR 010228.
Yeah, I have that one, yes.
Okay, let me put this in the notes, just 1 second. All right, and then I have 2024 010032.
Yes, I have that one.
Okay, let me write this in here. Odyssey.
Yeah.
All right, and then I have 2024 CR 5091.
19. I have 19. The state's file says 5019.
Okay, let me see.
Let me double check the indictment.
All right, 5019.
Yes.
All right, and then I don't have another one. Do you have
I have
another one?
2024
Okay.
CR 010226.
Wait, 2024 CR
Yes.
010.
010226.
All right, I don't have that file. So if you can make sure that that's pulled next time, Marco.
Yes, Judge.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
You were just-
Yes.
May we approach?
Yes.
Your Honor, this is Alexandria Bogus. She's going to be on a new third chair.
Hi, welcome. Hi, good morning. Yeah, I'm just meeting a bunch of people today.
Yes, Judge, we had a lot of movement. so-
Okay. All right, welcome.
Thank you. This is Marco. with
Nice to meet you, ma'am.
Alexandria. And Norma. This is other chair. Sorry.
All right, is Hubbard out yet?
No, Judge.
All right. Lindsay Hernandez. Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Hernandez, just have a seat. We're gonna get Renee Munoz here.
This is year 10226. Penalty group 1 less 1 down.
Okay.
My max was 1.
Okay. And Norma, can you call Renee and let him know his client is here?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Please. Thank you. Thank you.
Judge Babbage.
Yes.
Judge, we worked out Mr. Martinez, Rocky Martinez,
Okay,
but we're gonna have to come back this afternoon to get all the paperwork out.
okay. All right, thank you.
Judge, may I approach?
Just give me 1 second.
Sure.
Yes, who do you have?
Armando Garcia.
All right, if you can have them pull the file.
Garcia.
James Ross. Oh, sir, just have a seat. All right, Armando Garcia.
Judge, he's on the docket today. He hadn't been brought up yet, but I was wondering if I could recall this case for tomorrow. I'm here on Larry Smith tomorrow as well with family violence.
Okay, have you asked them to bring him up?
Yes,
Okay,
still waiting. He's on the way.
all right, so once he gets here, we'll take it up. All right, thank you. All right, Ms. Hubbard, come forward.
Oh, here, man.
Hubbard, right here, Ms. Hubbard.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
All right, how are you doing?
Good. Just trying to get out of here.
Okay. Well, your attorney said that your evaluation is upcoming, is that correct?
That's correct, Judge. It is scheduled for October 22nd.
All right, your evaluation is scheduled for October 22nd. And you filed a motion seeking a reduction of bond, is that correct?
That is correct, Judge.
All right, have you conferred with the state on the bond reduction?
I have not.
All right, so if you have a seat in the box, your attorney is going to confer with the state on the bond reduction, and then I'll hear the bond reduction.
So, Judge, I don't think there's any amount that would be, other than a PR bond, that would assist my client.
Okay. All right, if you want to talk to the state.
We'll waive the hearing at this point.
Oh, all right. If Ms. Hubbard, if you'll come down, please.
Additionally, Judge, I don't think she's competent, so I don't feel comfortable going forward on bond hearing.
Okay. All right, Ms. Hubbard.
Yes.
Hi. So your attorney wants you to have you interviewed before we hear the bond reduction.
Yes, I would like to know the bond.
Okay.
I'll get her the current amount, Judge.
All right. So if you all will confer then on the bond, then I'll hear it.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Does anyone have any sticky Post-it notes?
Got one right here, Judge.
Thank you. Norma, on this one, if you report that the policy, they're saying they don't have the trial court certification, but it's in there. And it's been signed by all parties. All right, and then Armando Garcia, come down, please. All right, and you're asking that this be recalled for tomorrow?
Yes, Judge.
For what purpose?
So we have more time to focus on it, given that it's 5 minutes to noon right now. But hopefully we can do our best to try to resolve the case tomorrow. And I'm here on another case as well. That's why I'm gonna be able to focus this morning. I was stuck in 3 other courts, Judge, and on 3 different trial settings and resolved most of them.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, if you'll recall Mr. Garcia for tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Garcia bond.
I got it. Sit over there.
Mm, 2024 CRs. 008773. Yeah.
All right, the last case I'm going to take up before recess is going to be Hubbard. Then everyone else will need to come back this afternoon.
1:30, Your Honor?
Yes.
Orozco, yes. Emma Pramono.
You're
welcome.
They may be excused.
Yes, you're excused. Thank you.
Thank you. Is it over?
Yes.
I'll see you on the 26th.
All right, bye-bye.
Good night.
October 24th.
Your Honor,
Yes.
Kiana Warner is here on J. Angel Juarez.
Mhm.
She needs to pick up her son from school at 2:45.
Okay, they need to speak with their attorney. I mean,
It's the recognition period.
Restitution.
Is she the witness?
Yes,
all right, is she able to do it by Zoom?
I believe so, but if I remember correctly, Mr. Basile objected to the proceedings being conducted. I may be wrong.
All right, so let me ask you this. Was this hearing scheduled at 9 a.m. or 1:30?
I don't see on the docket that it says 9 a.m.
All right, so he needs to be here at 9 a.m. She can go pick up her children and then we'll see where we are. All right, so we'll come back at 1:30, but if she needs to transport her children, she can transport her children.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Oh, gosh, I told him, there, I already have one. It's not a cancer. Those are mine.
Yes.
We don't have more. Everything's printed.
I'm on lunch break, sorry.
Hi, Judge. See you.
All right, see you at 1:30.